Good morning. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. Today we're going to talk about millennials, and I just read an article about the state of millennials and the fact that millennials are financially screwed. Yeah, millennials are having a really hard time economically, according to some recent survey data, and I'm going to explain to you what's kind of going on with the millennial financial crisis and ways to kind of work through it. So get comfortable, buckle up a seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under the B1 condition. B1 means we are Black first. Black first means that we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means that we build our families. Black first means that we build our communities. If you're okay with that, put a B1 in the chat. It does not mean that we dislike white people. It just means we love Black people. Let me know if that's okay. Let me know if that makes sense to you. I want to make sure that makes sense, because a lot of people get it twisted and they think that there's something wrong with Black people putting themselves first as opposed to us serving everybody else. I don't believe in that. That's what we do. All right. So anyway, I want to say what's up to everybody on Instagram. My Instagram is Dr. Boyce Finance. What's up to everybody on TikTok? My TikTok is Boyce Watkins. Be careful. Look for the TikTok that has over 30,000 followers. Don't follow one of these fake accounts, because these fake accounts will ask you for money and they will try to rob you. I don't want that to happen to you. Also, I have a couple of podcasts actually on Spotify. The Dr. Boyce Breakdown, and also there's one that I created not too long ago called How to Make Money Without Working. So if you search for those on Spotify, you should be able to find those. I do content every single day. All right, so what I want to talk about really quickly has to do with millennials. And I just read some studies that basically said that millennials are having a harder time economically than boomers. Basically, boomers are kind of hitting that state of being sort of financially secure, as you're supposed to. When you hit past a certain age, you're supposed to be financially good. The problems that you had when you were young are supposed to go away. And they said that for a lot of millennials, this really just isn't happening at the pace that it happened for their parents. For a lot of boomers, though, it's actually getting better. So let me give you some quick data on what's going on with boomers and millennials. Now, the study, I don't have the source of the study in front of me. I apologize for that. But it was an article on Insider, and they said that when they looked at financial satisfaction, they found that boomers, their financial satisfaction went up by about 4%. Their financial satisfaction score, however that's measured, went up by about 4%, whereas for everyone else, it went up by about 0.93, a little bit less than 1%. For millennials, it actually went down by about 1%, or more specifically, 0.94%. So millennials are less financially satisfied today than they were a year ago, and they have some sources in terms of why this might be the case. And if you want to know what a millennial is, I believe millennials were born between 1981 and 1996, and so that's pretty much, so if you're born between that time range, then you would be defined as a millennial. Now, they also said that millennials have a lot more student loan debt, and I think this is a big part of the reason for the financial dissatisfaction. Millennials have about 26% of millennials have student loan debt, and that's compared to about 5% of the boomers, and those are the people that are born, I guess, after 1981. And so, but they didn't mention Generation X. That's my generation. So they compared them to boomers, but they didn't compare them to actually Gen X, which is my generation. And so they basically, student loan debt is a big problem, not just for millennials. It's also a big problem for Black people. How many of you went to college? How many of you graduated from college? A lot of you. Now, let's see. Someone says the audio is way better on Twitch, surprisingly. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a quick yes if you can hear me okay. What's up, Errol from Pompano? Good to see you, brother. Give me a quick yes if you can hear me. Now I'm a little bit self-conscious because you said that my audio is a little bit off. If my audio's off, let me know. If you can hear me, give me a yes. That way I'll know I can keep going. So 26% of millennials have student loan debt, which is a big issue. In fact, for Black people, student loans are one of the great big wealth grabbers out here. I think I saw a study where the guy claimed, I think it was Robert Smith, the billionaire, claimed that 60% of Black wealth goes to servicing student loans. So one thing that Robert Smith did was he paid off the student loans of all the Morehouse students. I wish that we could have gone a little further to actually do even more. You don't just get rid of the debt. What you do is you increase the ability for them to earn more revenue throughout their life. So what I would also have loved to have seen him do, if he could do it, but then again, it's his money, I can't tell him what to do, is to create an economic incubator to support the businesses that these young men and young women would create, right? So if I say, look, I I've talked to my banker friends, and we have a $20 billion fund that's going to go toward financing Black-owned businesses. And in addition to financing the business, we're going to train you at the highest levels on everything necessary to build the infrastructure for a business, to build the infrastructure for job creation, to develop the infrastructure for the ownership of real estate and assets. We're not just gonna buy you a fish. We're going to really show you how to fish in the best ponds at the highest levels. That would have been something that I would have encouraged them to do, right? I think that is the kind of thing that really moves the needle, because if I take you out of debt, that's one thing. Okay, you have no debt. That means you can go get your job, and the corporate plantation is going to pay you whatever they want to pay you. But if I get you off the corporate plantation, let me know if you understand what I'm saying. If I pay off your debt and get you off the plantation and let you have the power and the gift of freedom, economic freedom, where you can actually go out here and really get some stuff done. You can go out here and hire your homeboys, hire your friends from the hood, hire your family members, and develop the kind of economic empire you deserve. Then I'm really accelerating what you're doing, right? I'm taking you off of your 10-speed bike and I'm building you a rocket ship. Do you understand? This is what you actually need in order for the community to really prosper financially. It's not just enough to get rid of the debt. The debt is already a massive burden. You also have to find economic accelerators that allow for these students to be able to really go out here and figure out how to make money in this economy. Because one thing that's true about the Black community, and I hate to tell you all this, is that you'll never have any real wealth if everybody's out here chasing jobs. You're just not. You're not going to have real wealth if everybody's either chasing jobs or running raggedy businesses. That's what you have. You have either people chasing jobs or the businesses that get created. They're underfunded. People don't know what they're doing because you didn't grow up with the right kind of economic training to even think about what it means to create jobs. Like Dr. George C. Fraser, he wrote a great book called Success Runs in Our Race. It's the number one networking book in the country. He's the number one networking guru on this planet. He's going to join us in the Black Business School. And one thing that Dr. Fraser and I talked about is in a joint class that we're going to do in January is we said our kids need to learn how to develop systems and processes and delegation, not just how to fill out a job application. If you have systems, processes, and delegation, then you can create an organization. You can create an institution. He said Black people are not outnumbered. Black people are simply out organized. Do you understand? He said Black people are not outnumbered. We are out organized. So the question is, what is your economic organization? Are you looking to build an organization? Are your kids planning to develop organizations? Or are you simply trying to be a part of somebody else's organization? That's the difference between having power and having powerful people controlling your life. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on the issue. Hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. You're watching the Black Financial Channel. The URL is theblackfinancialchannel.com. Also, I have a podcast on Spotify. If you look up my name on Spotify, you can find me there. And I just created a second podcast called How to Make Money Without Working that's solely focused on all the ways that wealthy people make money without working. So you can look up How to Make Money Without Working. Feel free to follow me there. I create a lot of good content, and or at least I think it's good. Maybe you don't think it's good. I don't know. But I hope you guys like it. Also, my new book is called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. If you'd like to get a copy of that book or the flashcards that go with it or the workbook that goes with it, just go to drboycebooks.com. That's drboycebooks.com. We also have financial workbooks and flashcards for children. So if you want to get your kids ready for the future, then get them some flashcards, get them some workbooks, get them some tools so they can learn what they need to learn in order to be successful. The last piece here about millennials that I'm going to share with you, and then I have to run because there's a meeting. They claimed in this article that millennials have an average of $140,000 in debt. And that's higher than the boomers. The boomers have paid their debt off. A lot of millennials are going to die in debt. I hate to say it, but a lot of your millennial friends born between 1981 and 1996 are never going to repay their debt. They're never going to repay the student loans. They're never going to be able to get completely out of debt before they die. And so you want to be thoughtful about this debt. This has led to a lot of rethinking about things like college. Universities are charging way too much money. A lot of companies like Walmart and Target and others are starting to publicly state, Google, etc. They're starting to say, like, we don't care if you have a college degree. All we care about is that you have the skill. So there are lots of opportunities, lots of different ways for you to earn money and to get these great jobs without having to go $100,000 in debt at a university. So keep that in mind for you and your kids. Make sure they know all their options. Don't just send them down the same path that your grandma went down. That's not the one that's going to work for your child. It's a different world, different opportunities, different barriers, different situations. Okay, let me know if you understand what I'm saying. All right, so anyway, I got to get out of here. I have my meeting coming up, but I just wanted to pop in and talk to you guys about this. If you'd like to get free information from me, like stock selection, stocks that I like, feel free to text the word stock to 31996. Text stock to 31996. I'll send you our $5 a day investing plan, our training on how to make money without working, and a lot of other good stuff. So feel free to text the word stock to 31996, or you can visit boycewatkins.com. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Peace.